All right, folks, here's the inequalities number line activity. And I just want to make sure we all understand that the symbol that we're seeing here for the words less than 3 would look like this. This sentence right here and the inequality I just wrote are the same. And what I hope we can see is that there are lots of numbers that are less than 3. I put it there. That's a number that's less than 3. I could put a number dot right there. That's another number that's less than 3. I can put another dot right there. That's another number less than 3. So I hope we can see that there are an infinite number of dots that we can put that are less than 3. In other words, there's an infinite number of solutions to this inequality right there. And if I tried to put all the dots there, you would see a lot of dots filling in all of this space right there. And that's what it means to graph the solution to an inequality. It means to shade in the number lines where all the dots would go if you put your numbers in the right spot. So I hope that that part so far is pretty clear. Here's the big reveal. You can see that if we had more people in class, more people doing this activity would fill in that number line even more and more. There's an infinite number of solutions to the inequality. Just set that infinite number of solutions. This is exactly the same idea, except for instead of less than, they switched the words to greater than. So that's the symbol that looks like this. And the numbers then, instead of being on the left side of the boundary point, the numbers are on the right side of the boundary point. So similarly, we're putting numbers, we're putting dots to the right side of -1. It's going to fill in all of those spots right there. And there's an infinite number of solutions to the inequality. Now here, somebody made a challenge right here, put a bunch of dots right there. And right here, I can see that this is the inequality x is greater than 4. Because 4 is the boundary point and all the dots are bigger than 4. Similarly with this one, this is x is less than -2. All the dots are placed on the smaller side of -2. Now, I just want to finish up with this slide here where, well, sorry, I'm going to go a little further, not just this slide, but where we're matching them up. I'm just trying to really understand it in words and in symbols here. So a number greater than 0 looks like this. A number less than 4 looks like this. Let's see, what else do we got? This looks like numbers bigger than 0. This looks like numbers bigger than -2. This is smaller than -3. This is smaller than -3. This is bigger than -2. I don't think we have a less than 0. I don't think we have a greater than 4, but we do have a less than 4. So now these are my matched up stacks there. All right, that's just the same thing. These are just solutions here. There's an infinite number of solutions. This is just saying x is greater than -1. Now, what's the difference between those? The difference is the top one has an open circle, and the open circle means that -1 is not a solution because of the open circle. But on the bottom graph, you say -1 is a solution. And so the difference in how that's going to look written with inequalities is this one is saying x is greater than or equal to, oops, that's a mistake. Going a little too fast. X is just greater than -1. You're not actually allowed to equal 1 because it has an open dot right there. You could have also written that as -1 is less than x. The one on the bottom is x is greater than or equal to -1, or -1 is less than or equal to x. So just a couple more slides I wanted to go over here. Almost done. Open and close dots like I just mentioned. Matching it up, looking at open and closed dots. This is this one because it goes to the left with a closed dot. Let's see. These ones match up because it goes to the right and it has an open dot. This one matches up because it goes to the right and has a closed dot. It goes to the left with an open dot. Goes to the right with an open dot. Goes to the left with a closed dot. So you should know by now what I mean when I say solution, when I say graph solutions, when I talk about the difference between an open dot and a closed dot, and when we talk about how many solutions there are. So make sure you fully understand all those concepts. That's what we need to have at this point in the unit. Thank you. Let me know if there's any other videos I can make helping to explain.